And because of that prior experience, I think the lifespan of using this tactic of screaming racism to critics of Barack Obama's administration, I think the lifespan can be clocked with an egg timer. I think it's already starting to come apart. People are seeing past that tactic and say, okay, they don't want to deal with the issues. What are they hiding?
All right. Thank you, Mike. We're going to go back to you in a moment. We let Rock Howard go here in just a second. Rock, overall, summing this up, do you think it's going to backfire on the establishment when they, A, try to say these spontaneous the public showing their disapproval, and B, do you think it's going to backfire when they keep trying to make it a partisan issue? I mean, as the people get more and more unhappy with this system, isn't the establishment going to have to be forced to admit that, no, actually the American people are against this whole big government agenda? Because the polls show the American people are against all of this.
Well, there's a big step there that's undefined. You know, are we actually going to have the people rise up and get change or not? And in my heart of hearts, I want to believe it. But, you know, will it actually happen? I can't predict.
Well, let me ask it this way, Rock Howard, chairman of the Travis County Libertarian Party. Are you seeing increased interest in the party? Are you seeing more activism? Because I know all I see is exploding approval for my show, once seen as extremely radical. I know all I'm seeing is massive increases in visits to my websites and people getting my videos and books. And every other activist I talk to says that it's like we're riding a rocket or something. I mean, what are you saying?
Well, we're seeing more interest in people wanting to run for office as libertarian, and that kind of makes sense. In this particular battle, there are going to be a certain number of people who want to try to make a change using the political mechanism as currently defined. It's a difficult road to go, but that's the road we're trying to push. There are a lot of people who are just so fed up with politics, they don't really want to be involved with any party or with running for office and so forth.
Well,
there's just a certain type of mentality where they do want to do that, and we are pleased that more and more people do want to get involved in that particular way, and we're able to get them on the ballot and able to say what needs to be said.
Well, we've got the Travis County Libertarian Party website up on screen. It's austinliberty.org. Is that the right site to have?
austinliberty.org, austinliberty.com, and certainly we encourage people who are interested in our local activities, which are numerous, to sign up for our little email list we send out every Sunday.
Well, Rock, in closing, I want your take on this, and we're going to let you go. I know you're at work. It's this. A lot of people have the long view of history. The establishment does. That's why they've won. I believe we should work on the long view of history, getting involved in parties, running for political office, get involved in the medium view of history, kind of what you guys are doing, but also get involved in the on-the-streets activism, just saying no, just shattering the facade that the public believes in what's happening or the public is passive and is going to put up with this. Because if we don't back the establishment off, I do see serious bloody revolution in this country. And I want to avert that because I believe the establishment will use that to their own aims. Your view on bloody revolution?
Well, we're trying to do a political change without, requiring a bloody revolution. But, of course, we've been warned by Jefferson on down that, sometimes you have to take things into your hands. So people should be prepared for all eventualities.
All right. What's the best national site for the Libertarian Party?
Well, you can start with lp.org to get a hold of our national information. Here in Texas, there's lptexas.org. Those are good places to start. And if you want to get involved and run for office, that's mainly what we do is get people set up to run for office. Just let us know.
And you guys are winning more and more. But just to be clear, you've talked to the hierarchy locally of the Libertarian Party. It's a big party here in Austin. And no one was involved in this or even knew of it, but you kind of wish you guys would have known because it's not dirty to want to go to an open house at a grocery store with a congressman.
No, we urge our people to go to these type of events all the time, but this particular event, the notion that we particularly organized or even discussed this particular event with and to create what Doggett refers to as a mob. I mean, we had no such plan. That's just his figment. He doesn't understand what's going on. He doesn't understand the power of these ideas that are starting to grip people. And, maybe this is his first wake-up call. We'll see.
All right, Rock Howard, you're doing a great job with the local party. Keep it up. We appreciate you coming on.
Thanks, Alex. Always a pleasure.
You bet. Now, folks, I just remembered sitting here that I confronted Lloyd Doggett, and it's viral on the Internet. I think I've seen it on the web. Google Alex Jones confronts Lloyd Doggett at HEB in North Austin. You're going to get to see Alex Jones with the guns, though. This is the Alex Jones of like 12 years ago. So we're going to play that later. But the reason I'm spending so much time on this with the flu pandemic coming down on us and the talk of martial law and FEMA camps openly being built and hiring military for it, we're going to talk about that coming up in a few minutes. The reason I'm spending so much time on this today is this is the cracks in the facade. More and more of it breaking, more and more light coming in. Everything Mike's been talking about. Mike, I believe the incredible success of Obama was people's desperation for change. Now that we know he's a fraud, that looks like it's going to accelerate the explosive anger. You were an Obama supporter. You've been waking up. Can you speak to that transformation?
Well, definitely. I mean, we came down once again to the lesser of two evils. I mean, I was a Ron Paul supporter until it was obvious he was not going to be allowed to play. And when it came down to a choice between McCain and Obama, I sort of marginally said, okay, I think Obama, because he was selling change and selling hope, and that's really what we needed. Obviously, since then, he's been an incredible disappointment to everybody. His poll numbers are plunging. He's already down in Bush country, and I think it is accelerating. And I think when he won the election, because he'd been so oversold, a lot of people were saying that if he wasn't walking on water by the end of that first week, he was going to be in trouble. And since then, of course, obviously, he's completely failed his promise to end the wars. He has just basically kept the U.S. going on the same path it's been going before. And, of course, there's this tremendous disaffection with Obama and his policies, and it's got nothing to do with his skin color. But like I said, it's just a convenient deflection device. And there's still, I think, the ultimate reason that this government is on its way out. They're still trying to play the game by the rules and methods that worked back in the 1960s and the 1970s. This whole swine flu scare is designed to make us forget all about the economy and the wars and everything and run to Big Daddy government saying, please save me from imminent death. It's just a game to make us psychologically dependent on the government because we have lost that psychological dependence. We all used to be addicted to the government. We've broken that addiction. We've had an intervention thanks to radio shows and blogs like yours and mine. And the American people are saying, we really don't need this drug called the federal government anymore. And it's time to, go cold turkey on this situation. And so the government is trying to find some way to re-addict us to them on the psychological basis. And none of it's working, and that's why they're in a panic.
Well, the main reason that we are becoming unaddicted and kicking the habit is, just like with heroin or cocaine or alcohol or cigarettes, it starts making you feel so bad. It starts screwing your life up so bad. They kept pushing and squeezing and more, and stealing and robbing, and it got so incredibly obvious, and staging terror attacks to make us love them. It just goes on and on and on. And now people are waking up, but I'm concerned because this abusive creature, this pimp, is going to get really aggressive to try to get us back on the plantation. And I think that when he tries to break our jaw, we've got to stand up to him and say, look, I'm not your whore anymore. I think it really just comes down to that. All these videos of cops framing people for no reason and laughing about it. We're human beings with cops all the time beat people up and then charge you with assaulting them and then on squad car video talk about how they're going to frame you. The whole system is beginning to collapse. It's going to happen.
That's exactly right here. The politicians like to talk about, these people are objecting to this or that policy. No, we're past caring about any of the fine details. The American people are just tired of the system as a whole. They see it as obsolete, as a Cold War relic. It really should have been allowed to fade away at the same time the USSR did. It is time to move on to something new and better.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. The Cold War meat grinder wants to feed on us now. That's what Northcom is turning the military. It's not enough we give all our money to the military-industrial complex and the banks. Now that we've got to be their they're actual slaves with troops marching and tanks driving around. Suddenly all over the country it's on the news. Oh, the Army's going to be in the town now with tanks driving around. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Well, look how hard they're trying to reignite war with Russia. I mean, we were all buddy-buddy with the new Russian republics, and now all of a sudden when they can't sell the war on terror and the war on global warming, now they're trying to create a war with Russia. This government cannot exist unless it's in the process of killing somebody and making us pay for it. And that's really what's coming to an end at this point, because the American people are tired of paying for it. They're tired of bleeding for it. They don't understand why it's our job to go around the world killing brown people.